Right. Now there should be a black screen.
There is.
Oh,
Hello,
excellent.
everyone.
Welcome to the darkness that is the world without the Xbox One. By the way, you should call Nintendo and ask for a health and safety manual so that you do not hurt yourself playing Mario Party, because that would be a crying shame.
It's very easy to do so.
Yes, yes it is. We do remember that the original Mario Party actually had people stigmatize themselves.
Mm-hmm. That
Oh,
means
hey.
they had bleeding palms for all of you uneducated folks.
You from non-Christian cultures.
Yeah.
So, let's get some background story. Mario and his cohorts.
Decided to have a party. The end. Twila.
Oh, Elistor, don't make me laugh during the intro.
Surely the sun would not be cooler.
That is very true. Not to mention the fact that the sun is also a star, so why would stars settle it? I mean, doesn't he have a bit of a home court advantage in that regard? But will the power of the stars be enough?
Party hardy. That's the best adjective.
So, welcome to Mario Party 6! The 6th game in the Mario Party series. Nah, bet you didn't know that. And it was released in 2004. Still Hudson Soft, still Nintendo, completely unsurprisingly. And we have no save game in this, so we're going to create a new one. Yay! Enter a name for this file.
Ooh. Welp.
Not voting on this one, sorry. And now the sun and moon, bright and twilight, have apparently taken on anthropomorphic forms. For some reason. I'm not sure if I'm comfortable with that. Right, now, there is a lot of stuff that is new in Mario Party 6. Most importantly, there are actually microphone-based minigames.
Oh damn.
However, I am sorry to say that we will not be playing any of those.
Excuse me.
I'm sorry, we can't.
I wanted to talk at the video game. It was one of my only dreams in life.
I'm sorry. But at least they also switched things up in party mode, in that each board actually has its own set of rules. So no two games will ever be alike, etc, etc, etc.
I see.
Hell yeah, we're looking for a party. That's all we do. We just party all day.
Party mode is the only mode.
Do you wish to learn how to play? No. And then they suddenly remember that they don't like each other.
You don't need to teach me how to party.
And then just, jeez, look at these. We have 6 different levels to pick from, but Clockwork Castle is not yet unlocked. It cost 100 stars to buy this at the Star Bank. Now, I'll just say this right away, that Fair Square is the best board.
If you say so.
It is absolutely amazing. And that is why we will not be starting with that one.
Oh.
So I'm going to let the stream chat pick. We can play either Towering Treetop, Egad's Garage, Snowflake Lake, or Castaway Bay. And this is the part where the poor people on YouTube have to sit around and wait for a while. Terribly sorry about that, everyone.
I wish we were more entertaining, but we're not.
I am literally the most unfunny man in the world.
Sorry about that.
Seems that Snowflake Lake is doing pretty well.
I feel like if you hold that title of being the most unfunny man, then you're under no obligation to be funny at any time.
Yeah, pretty much. If I try, someone just steps up and go, whoa, 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 are you really sure you want to lose that Guinness World Record? Have an urge to ride a hungry Chain Chomp? Sure, why not? Alright, let's go with Snowflake Lake. Now, let's see, Battle Royale? Yes. 20-turn game? Yes. All games? Hell yes. Only weird games. What? What does that even mean? And we're playing with bonuses, of course. And we have to start with at least one human player as usual. The question is, who will join us? And holy shit, look who's back. We can play as Toad, and Boo,
Oh, that's not that
Kid
exciting.
Koopa.
Oh, well.
There is also a mysterious unlockable character. Who could it be?
Sonic the Hedgehog.
If only. He may have been confirmed for Brawl, but he was not confirmed for Mario Party. Right, we have some early support for Waluigi, who won the last round we played, so why not? And sure, let's bring in Boo, because Boo is always nice. And also I like that it's not easy anymore, it's weak. Weak, normal and hard. Which is sort of weird, because that doesn't really work, does it? I mean, weak and hard, how do they correspond? I don't understand. It should be noted though that this game also has unlockable difficulty levels for the AI.
You don't say.
Yep, by investing stars you can, among other things, unlock Brutal. Are you ready to get brutal, Moron Party? Yeah.
So we can have an even smarter Smarty Party.
Yep. And let's see, I suppose we can add a lady to the mix, so let's throw Peachy in there.
Good choice.
A weak princess, that is how I prefer them.
Calm down.
I am perfectly calm. Just incredibly aroused. Anyway, so who gets the last spot? What do you think, Buddy Gripple? Why don't you make the final pick?
Oh, why don't I? Well, Wario. Let's go with him. I haven't seen him around much.
A Wario it is.
He's a cool dude.
You got Wario'd, he says. I don't even know what that means. I don't think that is a verb, Wario. And I suppose that we are pretty much ready to play.
I guess.
I guess. So, start placing your bets, everyone, because we are off to Snowflake Lake.
Well, I guess since I picked him, I might as well pick Wario.
This time, I'm gonna boo it up. Alright, and since there are unique rules for each board, let's actually listen to the board description. Because here's how it works. Snowflake Lake doesn't actually have a star space. How about that?
So the game just goes on forever.
Yes, no. Each player starts with 5 stars. And then you see, you have to 6 Chain Chomps on your rivals to take their stars. This entire board is about attacking the other players and nicking their stars. That is the only way to get ahead. And that alone makes it absolutely amazing.
It accurately reflects the dog-eat-dog world of the frigid northern wastes.
Chomp eat chomp. Hell yeah. It also sets the game up for a hilarious amount of upsets, because if you end up with your 3 co-players lined up nicely, you can get 3 stars in one turn.
Neat.
Pretty neat. It also means that there are Chain Chomps all over the place, and I love Chain Chomps. I think they're cute.
I don't know about that.
Well, you know, cuteness is in the eye of the beholder and all that.
When I was a kid, they scared me. I mean, playing Mario 64 was just... I don't know, something about them.
Something about those Chain Chomps. Well, it looks like your pick is in 4th place, which actually is a good place to be on this board, because that increases the likelihood of others having gotten ahead of you, so that you can ride up and smash them with a Chain Chomp.
Wario plays smart.
Tactical positioning.
Well, I think because the game revolves around taking valuable objects from other people, he's going to have the advantage.
Yeah, that does seem likely, doesn't it? There we go, we have that set up. We will not be viewing instructions. We are playing all minigames. Message speed should be set to fast. We can turn off the rumble because it doesn't even work. And there we go. We can also see that we currently have daytime and 3 stars glowing like that, because Mario Party 6 also has a day and night cycle, with the rules changing slightly depending on whether it's day or night on some of the boards. Look forward to more about that later. See that we are still using the capsule system of sorts, only that now they are called orbs.
Orb is a nice word.
It really
Fun to
is.
say.
Hello, hey, what's this? It's DK time!
Is it?
The banana randomizer. It's nice that the first minigame we get in Mario Party 6 is a DK minigame. That bodes well, I feel.
Perhaps.
And he just shoves that banana in his butt. Yeah, sure.
Finish!
Nice work, guys. 3 coins. Absolutely aces. Jeez. The first of the wires is off.
You landed on a blue space. How exciting.
At least we're getting a 4-player minigame. And hey, guess what? They're all new!
But I liked some of the old ones.
Screw you.
Oh. I guess I'm just not ready for the future. I cling to the past like some kind of Luddite.
AI showing off just how pro it is, as usual. Seems to be a fair bit of hesitation here, really.
Well, wouldn't you be hesitant?
I suppose. I mean, bottomless pits, hovering spike balls. But I mean, if I was Boo, for example, I would know that I was already a ghost, so I would just float over there. I guess that isn't
You would
fair.
also have no fear of death, so...
Yeah, pretty much. Already experienced it at least once. Wario is kinda making progress. It's actually switching pretty well between those platforms. Look at that. He's at the 4th area, while Boo has only just entered the 3rd. He's in a very good position, isn't he?
He is. And that's why I picked him. I knew he wouldn't let me down.
While Luigi still hasn't entered the next area. Not really performing up to snuff there, is he?
Finish!
Hell yeah!
I had to go away for 1 second, so if you said something to me and I very rudely did not respond, it's because I wasn't there.
I can't really ask for you to respond when you're not there, so
Yeah,
I won't blame you.
I'll try my best.
It's time to shroom.
Is it?
Well, it certainly looks like it. Now, the thing here is that Boo really has there's really no point in him using one of the Chain Chomps at the moment, because he can't actually catch up with anyone.
Well,
So basically on this board, it can be rather uneventful, but when something happens, it shifts the game balance instantly.
that's what we like here.
Yep. Upsets, random changes, chance times. That's all the good
Unfairness.
stuff. Yes, basically.
I'm gonna guess this is based around lawn mowing. Yep.
Yep. I think they're trying to draw a unicorn.
Are they?
Now they kill the unicorn. Oh well.
Wario, winner!
Unexpectedly, Wario turns out to be the best lawnmower man. Curious. Alright. The 3rd daytime turn, which means that next turn we should be shifting over to night. Which will bring visual and gameplay changes.
Werewolves, for one. It's
Yes.
the most important thing.
If you get caught by a werewolf, you lose all your stars. And hey, it's another DK space. Double dose of DK today. Neat. And oh hey, 3 coins per banana.
Go!
Is that... That looks familiar. Is that supposed to be, the Isle Delfino from Mario Sunshine? Because it looks similar.
It fits chronologically, so it would not surprise me. Man, the Waz made quite a bit of coin there. We're on turn 3 and Wario already has 52 coins. Yep, seems about right. And most importantly, it means that both Waluigi and Wario can actually ride the Chain Chomp twice
My
before running out
god.
of money, and that is actually sort of important.
So is there any way to introduce new stars into this game on this board?
Not that I am aware of. DK will not be giving you any star winning minigames, he will only give you coins. And there is no regular star space whatsoever. Oh, and here we go, we got our first ride. And Wario comes up short.
Why would he do such a thing?
He got unlucky with his roll. It's as simple as that. Next up, return of a bit of a classic, but in a new form.
But you said they were all new.
Now, inspiration from past minigames is allowed. There was really no argument there that Peach just destroyed everyone. Nighttime! The board is switched up by making it so that you can only travel along the outside loop. DK spaces are replaced with Bowser spaces.
Oh.
Perhaps most importantly, you can now buy multiple dice blocks for your Chain Chomp riding. Which means that the odds of catching up with someone increases quite markedly. Not that that helps Peach at all, who is now at 0 coins, I believe. Yep. Not according to plan.
Not at all.
But oh hey, it's duel time. Waluigi is putting up 40 coins, hoping to nick one of Wario's stars. And they will face in the sumo ring. Though I'm not entirely sure how it's sumo when he's driving a... Oh.
Wow.
I guess Waluigi is in first then. Congratulations! Well, and to add insult to injury, poor Wario rolls a 1. Well,
I don't know what to say.
it's still in the other turns. You can make a comeback. No problem.
So to switch gears a little bit here, what's this about? An Xbox? New Xbox?
Apparently, as we are speaking here, the Xbox One is currently being unveiled, and by unveiled they basically said that, oh yes, it is a box, and it has a microphone, so it takes voice commands, and if you buy it you also get a Kinect. And to the surprise of absolutely no one, they will be getting sports games and Call of Duty on it.
So what's it called? Xbox One?
Yep, Xbox One. Which makes absolutely no sense.
Yeah. Oh, about that.
I mean, then what is the Xbox? Is it like Xbox Original? Or Xbox Zero?
Xbox Classic.
Ah. Still, at least I prefer Xbox One to that silly Xbox 720 idea that everyone had rolling.
Rolling.
There seems to be a lot of inter-party turmoil right here. They seem to be jumping on and punching each other rather than the rocks.
Wait, so does the scenery of the minigames change depending on whether it's day or night?
I do believe it does.
Neat.
I might be entirely wrong, so don't quote me on that. What are they doing? And yes, Ellistor brings up an interesting point. Chris Redfield would have finished this minigame in roughly 5 seconds. I wonder what's left all these giant rocks in the middle of the road anyway. Seems a bit irresponsible.
Maybe they're there for a reason.
To guard the path. Creatures beyond our understanding live at that lighthouse.
Finish!
Well, I sure hope that we don't have to play this minigame more often than necessary, because goddamn. I think that one minigame probably took as long as the previous 2 turns combined.
Oh, wow.
An interesting little side thing there, you notice that Boo actually found coins inside one of his item orbs.
Gotta love orbs.
Orbs, they are your friend. Unless they have weapons and fly around, because then they are not orbs, they are drones. Drorbs. Horns. That was a complete waste of money, really, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's to be expected. So this is a 20-turn game, correct?
Correct. And thanks to the day and night shift, we can actually fairly easily keep track of how many turns have gone, since we can simply divide the number of cycle shifts by 3. And here we go.
You mean multiply.
Oh, sorry. I am not math good at. First double star steal, and it's time for a Bowser minigame. Waluigi's off to a rather powerful start here.
But that just makes him a target. Well, it would make him a target if the other, players were competent, but, they aren't.
Speaking of not competent...
You're gonna talk about yourself some more?
Yes, exactly. Truly, your wit is akin to a razor.
Indeed. But go on.
Yes, basically I was just going to explain how this minigame works for those who have never played a video game before. Basically, your controls are completely randomized, which means that walking becomes very difficult. Now for a human player it's not that hard, since you can rather quickly figure it out, but for the weak AI, well, they have no idea where they are. In any case, Waluigi is in a rather comfortable lead, I have to say. A 3-star lead over the second place is more powerful than you'd think on this board, since grabbing more than 1 star at a time is actually fairly rare.
This looks like an interesting game.
Simply to disprove standardized gender roles, Peach has managed to not clean anything at all.
Finish!
Things don't get shiny after you dust them. How ridiculous.
Absolutely absurd. Alright, we're 1 quarter through this round, and so far it's still anyone's game. Waluigi is in a rather strong position, but not strong enough, I was about to say. Boo manages to pick up a Twister Orb, which might honestly be the most useless possible orb on this map, since there is no star space.
Well, what does it do on this map?
An excellent question. I'm not sure if it does anything, actually.
I would think it would move you to the Chain Chomp spot, since that's the main mechanic.
It's time for another duel. And this time it's star against star. The question is, will Waluigi pull ahead even further, or will he actually lose a bit of his advantage? Ah, yes, this one. Pick a rope. If you pick the right one, you make it. If you pick the wrong one, you fail. It's that easy. Which makes it an excellent duel minigame, since it is blind luck.
Finish!
I like how the AI actually takes their time in picking a rope. It's like,
You need to
as a
ask
computer,
them.
at the very least, you should realize that you can just pick anything and you'll have an equal chance of winning.
That puts Waluigi at 9 stars. That is honestly quite a difficult position to get him out of. What is more interesting about that particular duel minigame is the fact that your characters quite clearly can see the platform in front of them. Which means that if you pick a rope that doesn't end up on the platform, then your characters are literally committing suicide out of their own free will.
Well, yeah, you're right.
Makes no sense. Right, let's duel again! Wario wants that star back from Waluigi. The question is if that is what's going to happen, or if Waluigi is going to end up getting another star.
I bet that Waluigi's gonna get another star.
Oh jeez. I wonder if either of them is actually even going to get there. You are both too terrible to win.
This is delightful.
Next up, it's Tricky Tires. Which probably means it has something to do with tires. I believe that this is another one of those minigames where your controls are slightly off. And you have to very, very carefully navigate through the various obstructions here. Boo and Wario getting smashed repeatedly.
That was predictable.
3 times each, really? Waluigi literally stopping at the finish line for a few moments, for some reason. To adjust his angle a bit.
That's just gratuitous.
And the sun is back up, murdering the poor ice elementals and melting them once again into the cold embrace of death.
Oh, was that that was the Twister orb?
I believe it was, since that was the only orb he had. So it's been placed. Hopefully someone will step on it and we'll see what happens.
The mystery of the Twister orb will finally be solved.
Waluigi's clearly on his way, so who knows? And it's time for another car-based minigame. That makes how many? Oh no, oh wait, sorry. My mistake, this is the golf game.
You fell for the pun.
Ah, truly I am bested. They don't seem terribly good at this.
Wait, so the game is you just have to press the right button?
Yep.
Why do they have to make it golf-based then? They could have used actual golf mechanics for their golf-based minigame.
But that makes it difficult for the 4-year-olds to play. Those Goombas are just getting hype. Going crazy over in the stands. And imagine how fun that would be as a game to play in real life. Just balls, a driver, and the objective is to drive 10 balls first. I mean, don't tell me that wouldn't devolve into some crazy swinging and accidentally hitting each other. Accidentally, of course, being said by quotation marks.
The question is, though, what counts as a drive? Because you could do it a lot faster if you didn't actually put effort into the swings.
That is true. I suppose some sort of minimal distance, like 200 yards perhaps. Now, there seem to be some late arrivals that are absolutely shocked at the number of stars Waluigi has, so let's explain the basically the gameplay of this particular board. All characters start with 5 stars, and the only way to get more stars is to steal them from the other players using Chain Chomps. Which means that what Waluigi has done is essentially be lucky in regards to what order he had ended up in and how many coins he had available when people were within striking range.
Finish!
And that's our 3rd DK space of the day already. But that's only good, isn't it? Because it means that we get more money, which means more Chain Chomps.
So, Arthur, it looks like you've been playing Candy Box.
Yes, I've beaten Candy Box, in fact.
Oh. Well, I played some of it last night. And I like it. I like it a lot.
It is a pretty delightful little experiment in gaming, really. And now apparently we know what the Twister Orb does. It sends you flying to a random player.
Did you have to look up the answer to the frog's questions?
No, I didn't. Except for one, because the question is actually grammatically incorrect.
You don't say.
So I answered the question correctly in every possible way except for the one they actually wanted it.
Which question was that?
It is the one where the frog begins telling a story and he ends with the question, who is enjoying this story?
Yeah, and then it's me.
Very good.
So, but that makes sense. How is that grammatically incorrect?
Because in the tempest he is using, the supposedly correct would be I.
Oh. Well, I wouldn't have thought of that.
Apart from that though, no, I did not Google anything, I did not use the wiki, I did not cheat, nothing. So it's a legit playthrough basically. And I like to think that I actually answered the question correctly, it's just that, as with some games, even if you answer it correctly, it's not actually correct. I have a great story about that, by the way. About a game called Sherlock Holmes and Nemesis, which starts with one of the first puzzles in this first-person adventure game being identifying what a certain name implies. Now, the name is actually the name of a frigate commanded by Admiral Nelson in the war against Napoleon. And I specified it as a frigate, I specified it as a man of war, I specified it as a captured vessel, I specified it as vessel, and so on and so on and so on. But it turns out that all of these were wrong, because the correct answer, according to the game, was boat.
Oh.
Which is horribly incorrect, because it is not a boat, it is a ship. There is a very marked difference between the two.
boats only refers to submarines, actually, as far as I know, in naval terms. But
They are usually used to refer to submarines, that is entirely correct, though you can also use them to refer to torpedo boats. Though in that case you would usually say a TB instead.
but then they'll think you're talking about tuberculosis.
Ah, and tuberculosis in the Navy is serious business. But suffice to say, the fact that the game only allows for boat as the correct answer made me absolutely furious at the time.
But it's elementary.
I suppose that they wanted the puzzle to be on elementary school level, but...
Why were you playing Sherlock Holmes Nemesis?
Because I have always been a big fan of Arsène Lupin, who is the antagonist in the game in question. He is the nemesis. So I figured that I would play the game just to see how they characterized him.
How did they characterize him?
Fairly decently, although his identity and his disguises are painfully, glaringly obvious in pretty much every scene he introduced. And you have this long section that is almost an hour and a half in the game where you're supposed to figure out how did he do it. And I had his trick figured out when I was introduced to the area in the first 15 seconds. Sadly, you're not allowed to guess. Holmes has to actually work his way there in classic adventure game style. Then again, I'm blamed the fact that I have read all of the novels written by Marie Leblanc about the Grand Gentleman Thief Arsène Lupin. I've also read the vast majority of Sir Arthur Conan Doyle's works, so at this point I can basically see the trick to things before the supposed trick even takes place. It is the danger of reading too much detective literature. No one is getting any stars except for Waluigi.
He's got it locked in.
Yeah. And now everyone is getting smooshed. To continue the topic of Sherlock Holmes' Nemesis though, sorry for not dropping it since it's clearly incredibly boring, but I actually thought of streaming that once, or at least making a stream-assisted playthrough of it. So I think that it would actually be a pretty decent fit. Since most of the puzzles are actually quite cerebral, if you may.
Let's do it right now.
Yes, fuck
Load
this
it up.
game. We can play the two simultaneously.
The game is afoot.
I think that he actually even uses that term in the game. Waluigi now has 10 stars. And he manages to land on a spot that will send him back to the starting spot, which is protected from any sort of star stealing, since you can't actually get there on a Chain Chomp. Pro tactics. Man, Waluigi is wrecking the rest of the gallery. Yes, J. Molan, Sherlock Holmes Nemesis is a sequel to the Sherlock Holmes games that featured Holmes against a Cthulhu cult. And interestingly enough, you can find the MacGuffin that starts the plotline in the previous game very early on in Sherlock Holmes Nemesis in the form of a ebony statue of Cthulhu being held in a library. It also has Creepy Watson.
Oh, that's great.
Speaking of Creepy Watson, did you read that a new set of Sherlock Holmes games they are making? Apparently, Creepy Watson will be an unlockable mode.
I haven't read that.
Apparently they are adding a setting to the game that you can basically check a box and it goes into Creepy Watson mode and thus replaces the current Watson in those games being developed with the old Watson, who will continuously teleport and stare at you with dead eyes.
So is Sherlock Holmes just a public domain character now?
No, actually, you still do need a license to do anything with him, more or less. Even though the Holmesian Society and the family of Sir Arthur Conan Doyle have been, shall we say, a bit more kind with releasing it lately. I mean, if they let Robert Downey Jr. play him in a Hollywood film, they're pretty much up for everything. I still have no idea what those films have to do with the canon.
Well, Sherlock Holmes is in them.
I suppose.
That means they're canon, right?
It says Sherlock on the can.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously canon in every way.
Overflight liked that movie, apparently.
I am not surprised. Speaking of movies based on literary characters and Sherlock Holmes' nemesis, they did actually make a film based on Arsène Lupin rather recently as well. Well, recently I say, it's 2007 I believe.
Castle of Cagliostro?
No, that is the animated feature film by Miyazaki, and that is not the one I'm talking about.
Oh.
This is an actual live-action film. And I have to say that, even for someone who really likes the character and the canon, the film was pretty terrible.
I know Skeleton Age.
That was the joke. Oh.
I have to say, I prefer Lupin the Third to Lupin the First. I'm sorry. It's probably because he's an anime. So what didn't you like about the movie?
Well, I felt that it was oddly paced. It did not really handle the character with the delicacy that I would have preferred. It also basically mashes together several of the books to create one overarching plot that really doesn't make much sense. It also has several scenes that seem that they were added simply to have something to put in the trailers, which is never a good thing. Finally, a minigame about falling to your death.
Something these characters seem to be a fan of.
And Boo is in the lead. As usual, the flying creature is #1 at falling.
Finish!
And then, once someone has reached the bottom, the other ones fall. But wasn't the point of the minigame falling? I am slightly confused.
Well, the point was to fall onto a cloud, so you don't die. And the rest of them just fall, you know, to their deaths.
I see. So once someone is on that cloud, it becomes unusable by anyone else.
Well, yeah,
is that
as he says, "Hey, you, get off my cloud."
God damn it! I was planning to make that reference. I was setting it up so nicely. You just stole it. That is a great song, by the way. Now Bottom Gripper is going to say, well, actually, I personally feel that the Rolling Stones are vastly overestimated.
But that was exactly what I was going to say.
Word
I was going to qualify
by
it, though,
word.
by saying, you know, they're a little bit old for me. I'm sorry. It's dad rock.
I like that rock.
I know.
Then again, I listen to music regardless of era. Wow, Wario is getting smashed this turn, jeez. He's just bouncing from one bad orb to another. And yes, J-Model, I agree. LOL old people music needs more wubs, bro.
Mm-hmm. That's exactly what I'm thinking whenever I listen to the Rolling Stones.
Yeah. Where's the dubstep, yo? Look what a neat minigame this is. Riding your pet on Chain Chomp by luring it with bones. That's the best thing. Still, I have to imagine in the Mushroom Kingdom, I mean, in the real world we have bully breeds and so on, like pit bulls and so on, that everyone is terrified of, and they say, oh, they only exist on this planet to bite children to death. I mean, in the Mario continuity, these are their dogs. Giant animated metal orbs with giant teeth.
What purpose do they serve?
I'm not entirely sure. They're supposedly guard dogs of some kind. I mean, they would definitely be effective. I mean, put one of those things into your doorway and there's no way a thief will try to enter that building. But I mean, is there a pro and anti-Chain Chomp lobby? I mean, a Toad 2 must have been horribly gored to death. At least once or twice.
I can't imagine their Chain Chomp shows, because they all look pretty similar.
Listen to
I'm
you.
not a trained judge.
Clearly. You have no understanding of the beauty and the individuality of Chain Chomps.
Yeah, but then when you start breeding them for shows, they start to, you know, have inbred genetic defects. And nobody wants that.
That is true.
Start getting rust.
I wonder if they are like dogs in the regard that you say, oh, that's a nice black Chain Chomp, and someone just walks in. Actually, I think you will find that the proper term is blue, because there are no black dogs.
I think somebody made that up. They just decided we're gonna call it blue now and see if people take the bait.
All dogs are actually white. You are just looking at them through the prism of your eye at a certain angle.
They're magic.
Dogs are magic. That is true.
Well, I wasn't aware of this.
They have the amazing ability to transform from adorable to terrible slobbering beasts in only a few months. I like this though, how they handle draws in picking the battle minigame. If two get 2 votes, they pick the one that didn't get any. Thanks, game. The Snailmobile.
That is the wrong choice.
So one is mashing, one is timing, and the other two are QTE based.
This must have been hell to balance.
Balance? How are you using those strange words again that no Mario Party designer have ever understood what the point of them is?
Jay Mullen likes glitch hop, complextro, and even drum and bass. I'll have you know I prefer drum and acid. He spelled bass wrong.
I like jazz fusion.
Do you?
Yes, I do.
Fused with what?
A little bit of this, a little bit of that. I just basically like jazz a lot, but I feel that jazz sort of has been slightly left behind. So that's why jazz fusion brings something new to the table, essentially. Now Peach has all the money. And no Skeleton Age, I would probably not list a jazz step. I'm not entirely sure how that would even work. Buttergripple realizes that there's a completely new musical style that he can be the first to exploit.
That's exactly what I was thinking, actually. And in complete sincerity, I'm like, that might work.
Well, then I'm looking forward to your work. If you release a jazz step album, I promise I'll buy it. As long as it's not on iTunes, because I am not supporting Apple. Fuck that noise.
Okay, what did Apple do?
Everything I was about to say. Let's see, it's time for another Star Duel. The first and second place participants are going to wreck each other in... Lunatics! So basically the moon will shake uncontrollably.
Okay, a friend that's watching the stream has just texted me to tell me that they genuinely want to make jazz step with me. Because they're also a musician.
Oh, well, there you go. Setting up a jazz step band. Now I'm not entirely sure how this works, because Boo clearly landed first, but that made him lose.
It's Apollo 18 all over again.
So Waluigi is at 10 stars, everyone else is not at 10 stars. Clearly, Waluigi is currently winning. Or wanning, if you prefer.
I don't.
Huh. Wario managed to survive for all of a single platform.
I don't know what Knife Party is, Jay Mullen. Sorry.
What is Knife Party?
Must be some Dutch thing. Expects me to know about it.
Well, you're a musician. Don't musicians know about all music in the entire universe? Such as, for example, I bet that if you were participating in the last Draw My Thing, you would have figured out that it was Accept Chainsaw right away, right?
Right.
Right.
I don't know.
I take it you missed that stream.
Yeah.
Well, alias recounted here. Basically, Ravs has suddenly joined up because there was a free spot, and he drew the word accept, and a person standing holding a big red thing. And apparently the word was chainsaw. So I actually brought him into the Skype call to have him explain that, and it turned out that the German metal band Accept had its self-named album released, and on the front of that album is a person holding a giant chainsaw. Apparently this was something everyone was supposed to be able to connect. Suffice to say, that did not happen.
Well, anyway, J Mullen, I looked it up, and I'm afraid I'm not really into drum and bass. I'm sorry.
So this is basically how Waluigi plays Pachinko. He vandalizes the table with a very small hammer until the balls go exactly where he wants them to be. Where the hell are those idiots hitting? You're not even near the ball anymore. Wario, where are you going? Peach, Wario, no! Boo. Seriously, Boo is slowly at least working his way back, I guess. But now it's stuck. That's great, guys. That's great.
Skeleton H says they've realized how little the minigames mean in this match.
I guess that maybe it's a minigame challenge, like destroy all the blocks without the ball actually reaching the goal. Because those three are doing pretty well in that regard. Look at that, we're down to like 10. They finished the minigame with only 2 blockages intact.
I think that the AI, in this case, is literally just pick a random spot and break it.
Probably. And welcome back to nighttime. So let's see who's going to Chain Chomp who. Oh, what's this? It's time for the bonus wheel. And it's a Bowser revolution! Wow, that hit Peach pretty hard.
No, I'm here, Lurkcopter. Thought you were alone.
I am alone. We have different sounds. But wow, that... Peach really screwed herself over there. Though, if there's anything we have learned about these AI players is that they are experts at picking the absolute worst bonuses. Alright, let's see. He can use 3 dice blocks and he has Wario 2 steps away. So... 3-star. That's 1. Let's see if we can reach anyone else. Boo is quite a bit away, so I think that he might actually escape this one. And he does. of course, since Waluigi is pro, he manages to teleport himself to the one safe position on the board again.
Excellent job, Waluigi.
Really, I have to say that Waluigi has been performing admirably in this match. He's been playing this board pretty much exactly how he's supposed to. Meanwhile, Wario has been gotten wrecked by everything he stepped on.
By the way, Arthur, you will have to be alone for a couple minutes. As I leave for a moment. I'm sorry.
That is perfectly fine. Oh, it's not Flash Dance, it's Smash Dance.
Finish!
4 turns left, and well, Waluigi has more stars than the others combined. I don't really see this changing to him being put in a losing position anytime soon, unless everyone colludes to try and take him down. And that's another useless ride. Excellent work, Bo. I mean, was there even anyone within range? I'm not entirely sure. I think that might have been completely useless. Let's be. Peach is showing off once again that you can actually enter the inner circle during nighttime by paying off the Guardians. And oh hey, it's time for a snowball fight! Which is basically that good old minigame in which you smacked each other with hammers from the previous games. Nick each other's coins, hell yes. Or if you like, everyone can just focus fire on the one player, like what happened here, where Peach loses 10 coins. Big roll from Waluigi here. Let's see where he ends up. Doesn't actually have enough coins to ride in a Chain Chomps, but doesn't really matter. He has 11 stars and 0 coins, so the optimal path for him would just be to get the hell out of Dodge. And yep, he ends up back on the teleport space again and puts himself out of danger. Waluigi, you are a master of Snowflake Lake. This is MLG level, holy shit. And it's time for another star duel between Waluigi and Wario. Let's see if Wario can get his revenge this time, or if it's going to just put Waluigi even further in the lead. Yep. This is another minigame where the question is, will either of them actually reach the goal at all? And then again, I suppose the minigame won't actually end until they do, so... we might be in for the long haul here. It looks so pathetic when they're being pulled back up. Oh, wait, wait. Wario's making progress, and he's past the first checkpoint. And then he fell off. Waluigi still hasn't made it past the second bend. This is... come on, Waluigi. I'm not even rooting for you, but I still feel that you should have been able to make it that far at least. Oh, he makes use of some clever jumping there to make it to the checkpoint. Very nice. Now let's see if he can continue that. Oh my god, look at that, look at that, look at that. Oh my god, it's a straight run to the finish. Waluigi giving no fucks. Damn. He was just faking Wario out. That is obvious. Holy crap. He made no progress for over a minute and then he just bunny hopped all the way to the goal. Oh jeez, Waluigi. You're great.
Go!
Perhaps the most unsafe method of transport in history.
Okay, I'm back. That's
Look
new.
at these poor bullet bills.
I'm back.
Jeez. Welcome back, I suppose I should say. Be the gracious host that I am.
What's new?
We had an absolutely amazing duel minigame between Waluigi and Wario, where Waluigi made no progress whatsoever for over a minute, and then in the last 20 seconds he just bunny hopped all the way to the goal, thus invalidating Wario's efforts entirely and stealing one more of his stars.
Hacks.
Fucking rigged. There's a disturbing amount of bullet bills being used here.
Finish!
And Waluigi chooses suicide instead of victory, because that's just the kind of man he is. Then again, if I had 12 stars and my opponents combined had 8, I would probably be a bit gracious as well. Well, with 3 turns left and Waluigi in such a ridiculous lead, I think that we can pretty much call this game. The question is what will happen before the end.
Bullshit.
Well, that is definitely the Mario Party standard, but apparently we're going to get 2 duels in a row. First it's Peach against Wario, and then Peach is going to have a chance to pick her opponent as well, since she landed on a duel space. Oh, they're playing Light Up My Night together. How romantic.
Go!
I don't think they're the canon couple.
In my head canon. The only proper ship is Peach X Bowser anyway. And they both walk away from the torch that they were supposed to light. Peach blocked it, and then just walked away to let Wario have it. Guys, hey guys, there's a part of the level that's dark. You might want to check there. Hey, guys.
Finish!
Yeah. And Peach doth suffer from the vapors after this defeat.
I got it.
Peach, with only 1 star left, decides to take a chance at giving it to Waluigi. Well, let's see how this works out. If Peach manages to end the game at 0 stars, I'm actually going to be sort of impressed. Because if you get a start with 5, and you end up with 0, that's pretty harsh. Yeah, let's just walk over the action spot like 4 or 5 times without actually pressing a button. Sure, why not? Waluigi just standing on the action point. Confused as to what to do. And then Peach walks over and picks it up.
Finish!
Oh, Waluigi. Just being gracious and letting the lady win. Not that it fucking matters, because Peach is still in last and Waluigi is still in first.
Can't you hit fast forward?
Nope.
It's an emulator. Don't they all have that?
Well, I suppose that there is a frame skip option, but it's on my keyboard and it's really far away.
Oh.
Besides, I am pretty sure that the emulator would crash horribly. Warriors decided, no, I'm not even going to bother with stealing in the stores. I never wanted to party to a day anyway. And now it's Boo versus the bunch in Snow Brawl.
It's another pun. What do you know?
Go!
And the triple team just get completely, utterly destroyed.
Finish!
Nice work, guys. Two turns left. Let's see if we can turn it around. How about a chance time that exchanges stars? That would be great. And Boo moves himself 2 steps forward before rolling because, you know. You know. Might come in handy.
No.
No. No, it won't. And Peach, forgive the vernacular, gets owned.
How does something falling on top of you give you upward momentum?
Well, you see... damage mechanics in general, I was about to say. It brings to mind that time I used damage jumping in Magician Lord, in that since I had such trouble by being consistently knocked back off platforms, I instead turned my back towards the enemy, because you always fly backwards based on your sprite, not from where you're hit, which means that I got shot in the back and immediately flew backwards onto the next platform. It was pretty great actually, and it let me beat the game. That playthrough is on my YouTube channel, by the way, if you like. Just search for Magician Lord. And now it's time for horror. You're being sucked into a whirlpool where a gigantic kraken awaits to strip the flesh from your bones. No, seriously. This is fucking terrifying. Do know that the other characters just pull down and then they don't resurface. They're gone.
That's just terrible.
Making sure to get a 10 on the last turn, because you never know. Actually, it won't fucking matter. The only thing he did was guarantee that he lost 10 coins. Nice work. Peach takes one last moment to inspect the bone in her hands. Waluigi decides he wants to roll exactly 6, so that he can be teleported back to the start once again, being cleared out of any danger, guaranteeing that he will end the game with 11 stars. Waluigi is simply too good, I think. He's just... seriously, he's ridiculously good at this level for some reason. Let's finish it off with a duel. It's Waluigi versus Wario again. This time Wario is only putting money down though.
He knows it's not going to make a difference.
Not really, no, but... And this time they have to desperately strive to escape the pull of a black hole? What is with these minigames? They just get increasingly terrifying. Wario is now lost in a completely different dimension. So Waluigi ends the game with the most stars and the most coins. Okay then. In fact, due to how the teams are set up now, he can't end up with anyone else being ahead in coins, since the person who is second place in coins is also on his team. What the heck are they even riding?
A gondola, of course.
Some sort of gondola monorail that just bends and passes through the entire country.
It's the thing from BioShock Infinite.
Oh, right, mystery solved. Waluigi just spreading some salt in those wounds. Now the Finnish music is pretty great actually. First, let's count everyone's stars. Guess what? One guy has more than the others combined. He might win.
I demand a recount.
Alright, bonus stars. If you win a bonus award, you get a new line. Star! Alright, who won the minigame star? Here it goes to... Peach, of all people. Alright. Sure, why not?
Well,
Next up we will be awarding the Orb Star. Whoever used the most orbs. Orbtastic. And the Orb Star winner is... Boo! Hooray! And finally, the Action Star Award. Which character is most akin to Sylvester Stallone? Oh, it goes to whoever landed on the most question mark spaces. Oh, never mind. The guy who totally needs one more, Waluigi! Finally, the moment you've all been waiting for. Who won? I wonder. Let's send you all high up into the sky so that you can fall to your death for your failure.
the winner is Waluigi.
Look at that pose. How could he possibly have lost with a winning pose like that?
He's a superstar.
Yep. Sure is. Even in the end, he had more stars than everyone else combined. Well, really no point in arguing here, is there? He played excellently throughout the entire round, did everything right, and made sure to get out of the way every time someone ended up behind him. So,
made sure to get the right numbers when he rolled the dice.
Exactly. He picked the right dice rolls.
And we're happy for him, aren't we?
Oh yes, of course. Let's see. Total number of coins won in minigames. Wow. Waluigi only got 50 coins in the minigames. Everyone else was a 90 plus. That's pretty terrible. Check all these statistics.
Let's.
Action spaces. We got 7 dual spaces. 7 dual spaces in one game. That is pretty impressive. And no one landed on the miracle space. They had the possibility to do so several times, but they chose not to. 3 DK spaces and 1 boss space. Well then, let's put these 23 stars in the star bank. And that...
keeps their stars in banks anymore.
I know, right? But at least we can take them straight from there and invest them into various unlocks. Which I will be doing between the streams, because grinding for stars and buying stuff is really not that amusing. So, that is the end of the first round. As usual, there will be a short break, and then, as time allows, we will continue. So I hope that you've enjoyed the first round of Moron Party in Mario Party 6, and it will continue in just a while. Stay in your seats. Or actually, go get a drink or something to eat or something. I don't know. Any case, we will be right back.